building systems that prevent burnout. Welcome back to the podcast Why. I'm Brett Johnson, my podcast guy, your trusted friend in podcasting. This show is here to help you reconnect with the real why behind your podcast so you can keep showing up with clarity and confidence. Burnout in podcasting rarely comes from loving the work too much. It comes from the weight of everything around the work that never got organized. I've worked with podcasters who are genuinely passionate about their topic, deeply committed to their audience, and completely clear on their why, and they still burned out. Not because the show stopped mattering to them, but because the process of producing it was exhausting, chaotic, and unsustainable. Every episode felt like starting from scratch. Every recording week brought a new wave of last-minute scrambling. Over time, the show that once energized them started to feel like a burden. This is a systems problem, not a passion problem, and it's entirely fixable. Let me walk you through the core systems that I've seen make the biggest difference for successful podcasters who want to stay consistent over the long haul. The first is batching. Recording multiple episodes in a single session, even just 2 or 3 at a time, removes the cognitive and logistical overhead of constantly shifting in and out of podcast mode. I've worked with podcasters who went from weekly recording sessions that felt disruptive to monthly batch days that they actually look forward to. The content quality often improved too, because they were already warmed up by the second and third recording. The second is a pre-planned topic bank. This is simply a running list of episode ideas, enough to cover the next 60 to 90 days, that you add to continuously and draw from when it's time to plan. When you're not scrambling for ideas at the last minute, you can choose the right topic for the right moment, rather than whatever you can think of under pressure. The third is a simple production checklist. Every episode goes through the same steps: outline, record, edit, show notes, publish, promote. When that sequence is written down and followed consistently, it becomes automatic. You stop reinventing the wheel with every episode and start moving through a process that gets faster and smoother over time. And fourth, and this one is often overlooked, is building in scheduled breaks. Consistent doesn't have to mean relentless. Planning a week off between seasons or a lighter publishing month during a busy business period is not failure. It's foresight. I've seen far more podcasters quit entirely because they never gave themselves permission to pause intentionally. Here's the thing about systems. You don't need to build all of them at once. In fact, trying to overhaul your entire production process in a week is its own form of burnout. Pick one. If your biggest pain point is never knowing what to record next, start with the topic bank. If it's the chaotic weekly recording schedule, try batching once this month and see how it feels. If it's the post-production process that drags, write out a simple checklist and follow it for the next 3 episodes. Small, consistent improvements to your process compound over time, just like your episodes do. The goal isn't a perfect system. The goal is a sustainable one that lets you keep showing up season after season without the show costing you more than it's giving back. That's a business asset, and it's built on systems as much as it's built on content. You can book a clarity call with me. Just head over to my podcast guy online and look for the Book a Clarity Call link. We'll map your podcast why to your business and your business to your podcast, so it all feels coherent. Thanks for listening to the podcast why. I'm Brett Johnson, my podcast guy, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.